What's going on, guys? It's DragsterTV here, back at it again, and today, guys, we're back here on SnowRunner. Now, for today's SnowRunner video, guys, essentially what we're going to be going ahead and doing today is trying to answer the simple question: single tires versus dually, which one is better? So yeah, we're just going to be going ahead and trying to answer that question today. And with what better truck could we ever try this in? Today, we're going to be going ahead and running all these tests in our Delta pickup. Over here to our left, we do have the single tired version, all the exact same upgrades and all that good customization as this one. However, the only difference is that this is going to have dually tires and dually fenders. So we're just going to go and run through the customization real quick. We're going to start off here an engine with a 6.0 liter V8, general purpose gearbox, hauling suspension, off-road 2s. Down here for winch, we're going to be going ahead and running ourselves an autonomous Scout extended, diff lock upgrade, tall front facing snorkel, extra front and weight, a rear box, a toolbox, and a gooseneck trailer hitch. Moving on into visuals, we're going to be going ahead and running an antenna long, a light bar on top, Delta stock front bumper, black coated rims, and the nice stock color. And pretty much the exact same customization when it comes down to the dually version. However, different tires, the exact same tires. Alright, the exact same 36-inch offered 2 tires. However, these are the dually variant of it. So we have that's different, and then also just dually fenders. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and hop straight into these tests. I feel it'd be best to run the single tired version through all these tests first before we hop right into testing, doing the exact same tests in the dually. So I believe we're going to do just that. Now, since these are the exact same truck, however, the only difference, as I did mention, is dually fenders and dually tires. We're going to go and do a quick review of this truck. As you guys can see, looking over it real fast, 24-gallon tank, 5-gear gearbox, no low plus or low minus. You do have the option of diff lock when in low gear, and you do have engageable all-wheel drive. And here's our interior view if you have yet to see it. And last off, here's what it sounds like. Okay, that was a bit weird. Sounds pretty nice. Alrighty, guys, so now that we are all lined up and ready to go, here we go in 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Let's go and spam clutch here, get to 4 out of 5, no, not 4 out of 5 gears, 5 out of 5 gears. They're in high gear. I'm just a bit curious with our general purpose gearbox. It's gonna be any faster, any slower. Seems to be like it wants to be a little bit faster, like it's gonna try to put you sideways, but however, it is just gonna end up slowing you down just a little bit. Wow, this thing is squirrely. Alright, we gotta go ahead and redo that. Alright, here we go in 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Let's take number 2. So we're just going to do a straight run, 5 out of 5 gears, straight to the end. We're not going to try accidentally turn it too far, which I guess we already seem to... Oh my gosh! Alright, looks like we cannot get a valid run down the drag strip with the single tire Delta pickup because we keep spinning out. So we're just going to move on straight to the mud test because that is 2 for 2. We cannot keep it straight. So here we go in 3, 2, 1, and we're off. I bet the lifted suspension may just do this just a bit better. For this mud performance, we're only going to go through just the first mud pit with this. Wow, I'm actually a bit surprised. The Delta pickup seems like it is just taking it all in, taking it like a beast. Mud really isn't going to be too much of an obstacle for our Delta pickup here. Wonder how the dually is going to perform. I guess only one way to find out. Wow, I just had to jinx myself, didn't I? We're pretty stuck. We can go into low gear. Let's just see if that's going to do anything. It's really not. Wow, we are really stuck. Can we winch ourselves out? Okay, we can winch ourselves out. Seems like that was just a little bit of a deeper rut. We're not going to use the winch anymore. Take that back. We might have to winch ourselves out just a little bit. Just get us out of this little deep rut at the end. But yeah, so that wasn't... I mean, yeah, I was going to say it wasn't too bad. That was pretty bad. That was 1 minute 16 seconds straight out just the first mud pit. But yeah, so to finish this all off, we're going to go ahead and do a suspension test. Now, of course, this is not going to finish it all off because there's going to be a finale. It's going to finish it off for when it comes down to the tests of this thing. Alrighty, guys, so I have something cool in mind. You guys just gotta stick around, alright? Now, if you guys are new to the channel, we do not time these. We try to see how far we can make it. Oh man, this is where diff lock's really gonna come in handy. And okay. Oh man, I so wish I could have ran these on lifted, and I probably should have, for that matter. Probably was the smarter idea. However, a lot of you guys are going to use this for hauling, so I have no idea why I'm doing these tests. But anyways, that's as far as we made it for our Delta pickup. So now with that being our suspension test, which is not really too much of a suspension test, I there's something that I just don't like about using that as a suspension test, because on this map, you have all the other tests, right? But then when it comes down to the suspension, alright, I mean, there's one thing we could do, but when we first started using this map for testing trucks, we would do rock crawling as our suspension test, kind of, to finish it off, and then we moved on to doing the logs, because I found that was just a little bit better for most trucks. However, oh, was I ever wrong. The mud ruts, when your suspension may do great, the mud ruts are going to be the thing to get you. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's go and jump it. Did not expect that. Let's see. Yeah, nope. That's gonna be a fat no for the Delta pickup, and let's go ahead and cover that. So now that that's just the overall performance of the single tire Delta pickup, we can kind of leave out the suspension test and the jump test. I was just a bit curious. However, we still have to do the mudding test and the on-road test. Is it gonna keep us any straighter at all? For it seems like we're gonna do a little bit less donuts, which I love to see. So we might actually get a timed run down the drag strip. Woohoo! So here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Okay, so far off the bat, the dually's gonna get a fat point. I don't really care if it's gonna be a bad time at all, which is a decent time. That's really an alright time. That was a 24-second run straight down the drag strip. So yeah, overall that's an alright time. But the dually's gonna get a fat point because it's gonna be way more stable, and overall I'd recommend it just for that, because you cannot go 2 seconds without literally doing donuts over and over and over when it comes to the single tire Delta pickup. But in the dually, you're gonna stay a little bit straighter. We actually got a solid run down the drag strip. Instant point right off the bat. So now let's just go ahead and test the mudding performance. But first, let's just try to do a good donut in it. Oh wow, okay, so we can't really even, I mean, we can kind of do it, as you guys can see. Alright, I was a bit off. We can do them. However, it's just a bit rougher. So if you're looking for donuts and that type of stuff, so if you're like trying to go for a speed run down the drag strip and then get spun out, then a single tire is going to be for you. But anyways, enough of that. Let's go and move on to our mud test. Can you beat 1 minute 16 seconds? Let's find out. In 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Now it's not setting any higher, and there's no more engine power, so I really don't see. Wow. Okay, I'm glad I did not finish that sentence. I was gonna say, so I do not see how there would be a difference, but there obviously is, because this is where we got stuck at. Wow, that's a bit surprising. Exact same tires, nothing different. There's dually tires, and wow, overall, that really just surprised me. Gotta admit, bit surprised that we did get stuck that early, but I guess that does just go to show when you are in what I would call the superior Delta pickup with the dually tires and dually fenders, I would try to avoid mud if possible. And when it comes down to the single tire Delta pickup, I would avoid spamming clutch or accidentally trying to steer while in 4 out of 5 gears or 5 out of 5 gears in an on-road terrain. Okay, I can see one minor difference. They're the exact same tire. They're supposed to be the exact same performance in the wheel performance specs. However, this is going to be something to get you a different performance when going through the mud. As you guys may see, the single tire Delta pickup does have thicker tires. Now, if you have thin tires with lots of tread, that will cut through the mud as well. But I do feel like with this little amount of tread on this off-road tire, the thinner version is not going to be the superior version, which was pretty much proven to get us a bit stuck, rather than in the single tire version. But now it's time for the ultimate test, what you guys have all been waiting for. And what this test is, just going by a random stock Delta pickup and loading it up with an Azov 4220 Antarctic with a heavy loading crane on the back. And wow, here's a stock Delta pickup, nothing on it, just a stock Delta pickup towing this Azov Antarctic with a heavy loading crane on the back. That's just insane. We're in all-wheel drive, low gear, diff lock. If we go into automatic, oh wow, it's actually kind of pulling it. We couldn't even launch. Watch. Okay, and we're flooring it. Nothing. Low gear and diff lock is how you're gonna launch, and then you can throw it in automatic. But I recommend low gear and diff lock if the best you can run and the most you can afford is a stock Delta pickup. And see right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is why front end weight is gonna be your best friend. Alright, 2 terrible trips later, we're gonna go ahead and change to this truck. Okay, I thought we'd change the other one. Gonna go ahead, pack the truck again, reactivate the ramp, and we're gonna do single tired first. So in 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Here we go. Spam some clutch gear. We can get to 3 out of 5. Wow. 4 out of 5s. Can we reach 5 out of 5? Bit curious. Yes, 5 out of 5 gears. That is awesome. That's for the single tired. We're sending all-wheel drive and automatic. Wow, that's actually crazy. I'm a bit curious to see if the dualies can do a bit better. Wow. Alright, so wow, that actually surprisingly was not that bad of a run. That was 29 seconds. Straight down the track strip. 29.06 seconds, that is. So we're just gonna go ahead and can we beat 29 seconds? Let's find out. That's what I've been waiting for. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1. And we're off. Alright, throwing it. I let it go for a second. Spam clutch. Get into 2 out of 5 gears when you spam clutch instead of 3 out of 5 gears. Slowly cruising on by. I'm a bit curious. Can we reach 5 out of 5 gears? Yes, we can. Alright, that's just fine. So we are seeing similar performance. Now let's just see what time difference we can reach. Here we go. And okay, wow. Alright. We were off by just a little bit. Alright. And we were off in a good way. Let's go. The dually won by around 0.26 seconds. Now this is where I'm going to give the dually a point. So I cannot say they're tied because this is what all the Delta's hype is really based around. So as guys may have known, I did give the mudding performance point to the single tire Delta pickup because it actually made it through the first mud pit in all ride time. However, the dually didn't really make it that far, it just pretty much got stuck. So I did have to give a mudding performance point to the single tired. However, when it came down to what this Delta pickup is going to mainly be used for, and that is hauling, the dually is going to have to take a fat point on that one. Not really a fat point, however, I am going to call it a fat point since this is the victorious truck. All in all, they're both great trucks. They're the exact same truck. However, both variants, they're both very great variants. I have to say that. Alrighty guys, they're awesome. However, it really is up to what you guys will be using the truck for. If you are using it for hauling, even if it is off by like 0.26 seconds, the dually Delta pickup is going to be superior. And with that, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to mention us guys day or night. And with that, I'll catch you guys very, very soon in the next one.